welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Transport Fever. This is episode 2 in our season 1, where our objective here is to eventually get trains that connect every city by passenger. So at the end of last episode, you see me, I had my 12 routes going. I let the system play a little bit, I've upgraded them, added trains to them. In my last episode I said, hey, these frequencies need to be around 5 to 6 minutes. I must have forgotten a couple of days since the last time I restarted another game of Transport Fever that it's more like around the 2-minute mark. I need those vehicles to be circulating through. So I got all those down, got them filled. You see, all of them are green, all except for the food to the Hercules, just because that one took a while for it to process. So apparently at 57 minutes. It apparently is too long for it to recognize that that's a route that the goods can be delivered, I guess. So as I was getting impatient, I was like, you know what, I can afford to throw 2 more. Actually, while I'm talking, let me let the game play because we need money. So we're going to play at double speed while I'm talking. So I said, well, I can afford to throw 2 more trucks on that route and we'll cut the time in half. I did that, and sure enough, I got that route starting to circulate product. So we got food going now to the town of Hercules. So everything's getting filled. I'm going to get these last 2 routes down to around 2 minutes, and then we can start talking about what our next steps are going to be. Alright. So first I'm going to look at make sure I got my times right. Hermes is at 3. This one should be kicking over soon. So let's focus here first. Let's get road vehicles. Actually, I do want a lot of money, so let's let it go fast. How many trucks already got on that one? 34. So we're going to add 4 more and see if we get our time under the 3-minute mark. Hermes, right? Yes. Doesn't look like it's going to do the job. So while we do that, let's go back to Hercules. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Hercules. Oh no, Hermes finally dropped down to under 3 minutes. Awesome. Hercules is going to need a few more trucks, and this one's going to take a while to still make product, make a profit. As it's still having trucks added to it, so they're not cycling through to actually start making me money yet. So we still got some time there. Where, as you see, all the routes have been running for about 3 years now, so about 3 years of game time. Probably about 2 years of game time probably cycled through since last time you guys seen anything. I had to speed up and stuff. I did have to take a couple loans, like I said in this Let's Play. A lot of times I'll just I get like, oh, okay, I've spent all my money, I'm at the max. I'll just walk away and, you know, do something else and just let the game run while the routes start making profit, and then my profits start going up, and then I come here and I just start, you know, getting them all up to the frequency. So I had to take about a $2 million loan over top the $2 million the game starts with, just to be where I'm at right now. Oh wow, that's up. All right. You see, last year just letting things run and still even taking loans, I made a profit. Like I said, they're going to start paying for themselves here soon. Once all the routes start making the max amount of profit they probably can. For example, in case you don't understand what I'm saying, the food product to Hermes alone that you just saw me add trucks to, well, those trucks I just bought haven't even made the max amount of money that they can possibly make me, but yet they're still costing me something right now. So until it cycles through and they make their full cycle and they make the most amount of money they're going to make for me every time they make a complete cycle, you're not going to really see the true profit of that truck line. But as you see, majority of them, I'm saying majority, and then I'm starting to see things that doubt me. About half of the routes that I have are making me over 100,000, which is extremely good at this time of the game. Actually making good. Actually, we should add more trucks to this route. Oh, Hermes is done, so we're going to close you. We just need to finish this one out. We can buy 4 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hercules it is. It's still not going to hit below. Yeah, of course. For this one to hit below, Because before we even started, if you guys remember the last episode, this one had almost like an hour frequency with 2 trucks on it, which I know the last time I said, well, that's how long it takes to complete cycle. No, it actually takes like 2 hours of slow play game cycle for it to complete, because I had 2 trucks, so it cut the time in half. But but going back, like I said, so right now this one's at 32 trucks. These ones here at 38. You see one here at 40. It's probably going to take more than 40 or more trucks to get this down to a 3-minute mark. Oh, we actually have the product to go ahead and buy them right now, actually. Gonna release another 4 here. Close that because it drives me nuts. Still not. Okay, so if I buy 4 more, it's quite possibly will be underneath that 3-minute mark. Just gonna keep an eye on here. I don't want to overbuy. I don't want anything. I don't want any. I keep calling them trucks, but right now they're like horse and buggy. But I don't want any of those to go empty. I want them all to be full. Like I said, it's about trying to make my money as soon as I can. I'm about up to the 1 million mark. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and repay. Repay some of the loan, and let's buy 4 more. Good deal. And I don't think 40 is going to do it. Oh, Hercules is finally making a profit. I think it's going to go back in the red though. I mean, it is a long route, so it will make a lot of money. And it runs empty only for this little bit. God, I'm hoping my mouse shows. I have not looked at any of the recordings yet that I've made. Even though this is only episode 2. I'm kind of want to get a few done before I start posting. I just want to make sure that I feel like I give myself a grace period just in case. So I could go ahead and repay, but I do need to buy more as soon as it's empty, and it's empty now. Oh, actually, I closed that prematurely. I was just going to buy 4. It's going to be a highly profitable route once it's all said and done. And there we go. We're under the 3-minute mark. Alright. So while we have this game running and so on and so forth, so now what is the next steps from here? So there are 2 things that I've done from this standpoint. One, I sometimes will let the game run, and then I will like wait to have enough money to build my first train track. So here's the thing: when I build my trains, I don't like having. So for example, here, let me get some more example, and I really hope my mouse is showing. If not, you guys may never see this episode because I might be that frustrated. But let's take Atlas here for example. So obviously, in the early game, when you're not making as much money, the best option you have sometimes is to build a station out of town, like say down here. You don't have to do it, don't cost that much other than the cost of setting it up. The problem is with that is that sometimes it's just not the best way to go long term. And what I like long term is just basically ripping a city apart, well, not the full thing apart, but ripping it apart and getting a train in here in the middle. Now, in the beginning of the game, usually I don't go to 8-station platforms right away because I don't have the money to do that. Usually I stick with whatever I need to complete whatever it is I'm currently completing. And then later in the game, I'll go back and I'll upgrade and stuff like that, and I'll tear more city out once I have millions and millions coming in. But I don't like to start a train station here and then move it to here. I'd like to be here all along. So that's kind of where we're going at. And we need a lot of money to do that. I just don't know for this Let's Play exactly. Am I just going to say screw it and build down here and then I'll fix it later? But I really hate that because it's like if I show. Actually, that wouldn't be that bad because I already have this residential in range, and eventually the residential would actually just move and relocate down here. And then this area up here will eventually become vacant and ghost lands. Oh, let's see. We're making money. We're up to 1.6 million. Something's costing me something right now because it's not as profitable. So with this display, like I said, I don't know exactly if I'm going to do that or should I put in passenger routes. And and I say passenger routes, I mean passenger routes by buggy. That'd be a temporary hold until we can. Sometimes I do that. For example, like I said, you guys can get a lot of just out loud thinking right now. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll start having passenger routes because what I want is this population to start moving up. And a lot of times this passenger route or the population won't move based on goods alone. Like sometimes you need passengers moving around because some reason this game don't reproduce unless you got people moving around to different cities. Insert your joke there. But yeah, so that's why we got to get the passengers going. Sometimes I start that because what I'm afraid of sometimes, or I'm afraid of for this Let's Play specifically, is that our trucks will begin to upgrade. You know, we're a couple of years still off from that. They can begin the upgrade, but yet the population didn't go up. So the amount of jobs, on quote unquote, like we're using construction here for example, won't move off the 126. So all of a sudden now we have more vehicles going in there than what's needed to actually supply at 100%, and we have a lot of wasted funds. And I've had cases where I've gone bankrupt because I didn't manage that very well. So we do need to get the population moving. The question is how are we going to do that? I have an idea of how I want all the trains hooked up, but how do we get these passengers going? And and passenger routes will make money right off the bat. I mean, as soon as they get cycled through. But the question is, how do I want to do this? Now, I'm trying to pick out routes that are not going to be connected by train. And the obvious thing is my starting point with the trains. I don't want those cities repopulating because they just cost even more to tear up. So I think I'm going to try to keep, let's get some passenger routes going here off cities that I know I'm not going to tear up right away. And again, I'm going to let the game the fastest be possible because this is not my end goal. I'm just going to be deleting this stuff out once I actually start working towards my end goal. Alright, that's one there. I don't have anything going to that city. Ooh, that's not connected to anything. People are just going to do some relocation. That's all I got to say. And we're going to connect it up to here. Oh, too far. Alright, so we're about to get about 4 or 5 of these passenger routes going. Autosave, thank you for that. Oh, you know what? Let's do this backwards. That one. I found the other. Thank you for this because that's what's causing me to be confused a little bit. All right, so we're good there. Gonna be a pain on me. Alright. So we are by road. Uranus. Going to Persephone. And I like blue for passengers, so we're gonna make it blue. Alright. So that's one passenger route going in. And instead of, let me see if I can find a depot. We're going to put 2 on there for right now just to get that going. We're going to circle back around to it then. I mean, it's going to lose me money, but these goods lines are going to make me more money than what I'm going to lose in 2 horse and buggy going around collecting passengers. Alright, so that's one setup. I'm going to get another setup here. I really want to avoid that. My first hookup that for train wise I'm looking at, I wonder if I'm looking at it wrong, is going to be Ares, Atlas, and Prometheus is one option. Another option I have is Ares to Poseidon to Hermes. So in some order, that's the order that they're going to get hooked up. So these other outliers that they're not going to be hooked up right away, it's okay to have them start mingling with each other. Alright, let's get that one going. See, I'm up to 2 million. I'm gonna repay some of my loan. Oh shoot, no, pause. I hate the fact that the space bar is not a pause button in this game. Now, why would you do something like that? Alright. Let's get another new route here going. Make your loo. Alright. 80s. I think we're going to Apollo. I'm going to have to check it out then. I think that's where we're going. Yep, Apollo it is. Oh, you know what? Did I put that in there right? I did not. Now it's in there right. Alright, we got a goods line anywhere near here. Why did I do that? We'll just say I did that for this purpose only, and we'll forget about why I did that. Alright, the next line. Yeah, I don't see how I'm pulling this off. Oh, I probably should have Prometheus and over. Too late now. Sorry for the weird noises. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just gonna have to be this way. See, I remember that the one further back is the one for passengers. And alright, we got Atlas to Athena, which I don't know if I have that spelled anywhere else. Alright, let's see if we can, well, after I get our truck on this route going, let me see. So closest one at, confuse it down here. 1, 2. Alright, let's see if we can find one more bird hookup, which actually I think that one's probably my best one. I mean, I don't really. Actually, I was gonna. Let's see if I don't know if I like that or not, but I think I'm gonna go with it anyways. I mean, it's only a temporary thing, so. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat. My microphone picks up everything, I swear. I turn my head a mile away and it picks it up. We got Zeus. To Poseidon. Cool. Alright. And let's see if we can throw 2 trucks on that one. Alright, I'm going to stop that at 4. Oh, man, I made millions. Wow. I keep hitting borrow. Alright, I'm down to only own a million. But let's get these maxed out. This route, where are you at? You've already maxed capacity. So let's buy you 8 more. 6, 7, 8. All these other routes don't have anybody on them yet, but they're going to. So I think I'm just going to get them all running with 10 vehicles. I'd rather have... Wow, there is no goods with a depot on the way down there. Well, that kind of sucks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. He's an Apollo. They got people waiting. And that's right. That's the one I had to put the way down there. So let's see if we can find one up in this end. Like... right there would be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the one I just put in, which I doubt there's anything in. Actually, this depot couldn't be in a better position if I planned it myself. 6, 7, 8. Like I said, a lot of this Let's Play, I don't have like anything planned in advance. I literally plan as the direction I'm currently going in as in the moment. So like a lot of these transport routes I put in are just basically a time filler until I make money to get to what is my main objective for this series and this season of series for Transport Fever. As my second part of this series, it was going to basically be the epic challenge where I get every product going in every city. Alright, we're going the fastest speed. We about made our million back. This episode, we think we might go a little bit shorter just because I'm going to want the game to run to get a couple million banked up for to put the first train route in. In my practice game that I did a couple of days ago, I need about 15 million to do it safely. Usually cities aren't bad, but the problem with putting passenger lines is yeah, it's 213 now, but it can be 300, and then these buildings become skyscrapers. Not that we'll have skyscrapers yet this early, but they become skyscrapers and they cost like $1 million alone to bulldoze. Real problems. But that's where we're going to go. I think I'm going to end this one early just because I'm afraid it's going to be a little filler and I'm going to keep gibbering on, so prevent me from doing that. We're going to end it here. So thank you guys for watching another episode. If you guys like what you're seeing, hit subscribe, hit like, comment something let me do. I think my microphone picks up way more than I wanted to pick up, so I'm going to try working on that over the next couple of days and look into that and see if there's something I can do about that. But as far as it goes, I appreciate you guys spending time with me today. All right, thanks. Bye.